International talks to curb Iran's nuclear program hit a snag today, with France questioning whether the deal goes far enough. With U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry joining the negotiations, optimism about an interim agreement had been high. But as Robin Stickley reports, it now appears a new round of negotiations may be needed.
Around the table in Geneva this morning, it appears to be all smiles between U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry and his Iranian counterpart.
Thank you.
But under the surface, there are stumbling blocks. As talks spill into day 3 now in the diplomatic push to reach a deal with Iran on its nuclear program, the sense of unity among Western leaders could be slipping.
So I'd ask everyone to be patient and to wait for us to arrive at that conclusion if we can.
That if may be fading. France's foreign minister telling a radio talk show today Iran's refusal to stop work on a plutonium-producing reactor and downgrade its stockpile of enriched uranium is blocking an agreement, going on to say his government will not accept a, quote, sucker's deal.
There are still some very important issues on the table that are unresolved.
The arrival today of Russia's Foreign Minister Lavrov makes it 6 foreign ministers focused on breaking an impasse. Their goal? To curb Iran's nuclear program in return for temporary relief from economic sanctions. A move that Israel continues to warn against.
Iran got the deal of the century, and the international community got a bad deal. This is a very bad deal.
And doubts are being raised too in the U.S. among current and former lawmakers.
We've got to be skeptical and make sure that even with some kind of interim agreement that we know what the next steps are going to be in order to ensure that they really do stand by their word.
Iranian leaders continue to insist their nuclear program is only for peaceful purposes.
It's a mistake of historic proportions to try to trade in fear, to create an atmosphere of tension.
On the streets of Tehran today, where a new, more moderate president is now in power, this man says, God willing, they reach a deal and sanctions will be lifted. The distrust here runs deep. What's clear, even if all sides agree to tough terms on Iran, it is a temporary fix, a beginning, with a long confidence-building process ahead. Robin Stickley, Global News, Washington.